Hi guys, and welcome back to Mentality with your host, the Civilized Savage. This is a space for men where men talk and people listen. It's real men for real talk, for real growth. And today I have the wonderful, the one and only South London's finest, Mr. Big Scoop.
You good? You good?
Hello, sir.
Hi.
How art thou?
Can't complain. Can't complain.
Thank you for joining me on Mentality today. For those of you who have been under a rock and haven't actually experienced life, can you tell everyone a little bit about who you are? Who is Big Scoop?
So I go by the name Big Scoop, former battle rapper, spoken word artist, been on a few tours, done a few viral videos. Yeah, just doing my thing really.
I love the way you're so humble about this. Yeah. Been on a few tours. Who have you been on tour with?
Most recently, Diversity.
Been on tour with Diversity World Tour?
No, I was a UK tour. It was 94 shows.
Fair.
Doing I was narrating, doing like a narration for the.
It
was alright. It was actually really.
Won a couple awards. Do you wanna? Celebrate yourself.
Nah.
This space is to big up the man. Then big up yourself. Celebrate yourself, please.
Nah, just outside of that, I've just been doing loads of videos. I've had a few videos hit over 1 million views on TikTok and Instagram.
You know.
Then I got couple follows, like one from Cat Williams, couple.
Oh, just everyday, regular kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's been good times.
It's been good times. We love this for you.
Thank you.
All right, so here on Mentality, this is a space that we kind of use because the whole idea is that oftentimes men don't get opportunities to speak about being men. A lot of conversations that are had, they either start off being about men and then they divert to women, or men start speaking and then men are challenged on the things that they say, how they feel, and oftentimes those voices are shut down and diminished. So this space Mentality is to kind of like circumnavigate all of that and allow you guys as men to come here and speak very openly, candidly about some of the things that you might not typically talk about outside, right? So on that note, can you give me, from your perspective, what do you think is the definition of being a man? What is masculinity and manhood to you, to Big Scoop?
There's a few things I could think of. I think being a man means standing on what you say, understanding that your word is bond, being somebody that's reliable, being somebody that, like I say, stands on their word, because I believe that's something that's been lost in society now. It's like, to me, I was always raised on the fact that your word is bond, so if you tell somebody you're going to do something,
stand on business.
Yeah, do it. I believe, what masculinity is, I think it's kind of been lost. I think a lot of people have this view that masculinity is being big, strong, tough. No, it's also being able to articulate yourself. I think everybody thinks that, you need to be this big tough guy. It's just through actions. No, it's actually being able to articulate and saying how you feel.
Being assertive.
Yeah, being assertive. That's just, and just being respectful.
Being respectful. So what I've heard in your definition of masculinity is that it sounds like you're saying that for you, it's about being a man of honor, a man of principle, being somebody who has integrity. Yeah. Outside of those values and principles, because if for you, all of you lot who will be aware of Kevin Samuels, one of his kind of like big slogans, so to speak, is being a high value man. For me personally, I don't believe in high value men. I believe in men of value. To me, that there's a very big difference. Some people will say it's semantics, but if you delve into it, I think being a man of value is very different to being a high value man. So on that premise, outside of like integrity, what you've just said, being a man who honors their word, is there any other principles, any other values that you stand on as the man that you are today?
Outside of integrity, because to be honest, I don't like to overcomplicate it.
Loyalty, respect.
Loyalty, respect. I think all these things. I think being loyal and also being someone that can't be easily swayed. Someone that stands on what they believe in, not someone that follows. I think one of the big things about masculinity is not following the crowd. Because don't get me wrong, whether you're right or wrong, having your own opinion is having your own opinion. Yeah. Don't just say yes because you want to say yes, or say yes because you want to please people. Yeah. I believe standing on what you believe is very important as well. Actually having what we call a backbone.
Showing up for what's true for you, being authentic. Yeah, that's what that sounds like to me.
Definitely. Yeah. It's very important.
Then when in kind of like talking about authenticity, I feel like in order to have the ability to show up as one's authentic self, I believe like we have to have a quite solid sense of self, to have quite high self-esteem. And I think in conversations about women, obviously this is not a conversation about women, but with women there's often an accepted conversation around women not necessarily having high self-esteem, particularly around self-image. But I think for men the conversation around self-image and self-esteem isn't as openly highlighted. Would you agree with that?
I'd think so, yeah. I'd say to a certain degree, definitely.
Yeah. So in what ways do you feel like men could kind of develop that level of self-esteem? Maybe, or directly about yourself, how have you, because I feel like you're a very confident guy. You give off very confident energy.
Sure.
How have you been able to kind of build that esteem of self?
The thing is, I always tell people, see, like, I'm not saying it's a healthy thing, but see, for men, we're very different. Like, see, as men, we view the world and experience the world very differently. So it's like, as men, we banter with each other in ways that women wouldn't.
Yeah, I couldn't.
So, like, certain things we say to each other, women
would crack, break, crumble. Over. Yeah, they're beefing.
Like, done. Like, you know what I mean?
She said that.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, it helps like to develop thick skin. Do you know what I mean? Because you understand not to take everything personally.
100%.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not someone that believes that you should ridicule someone all the time. There's a time and a place in it. But I don't know. Maybe just being kinder towards one another. Just being, kinder towards one another, and not like highlighting all the time what your insecurities may be.
Got you.
Because you get some people because not everybody's your friend. You can't banter with everyone that's not your friend. So it's like you get some people don't know what your insecurities are and just attack them.
Yes,
just for the sake of attacking it. You know what I mean? Not because they're joking with you and this and that, because not
they genuinely want to pop you down. General bad mind.
So I feel like I think men having discernment in knowing who's for them and who's not. Because not everyone is for you.
Not everyone is for you. That is facts. So with that then, we've acknowledged not everyone is for you. Some people have just got evil eye and bad mind. How important to you is brotherhood and being aware of your circle and the people that you hold dear around you? How important is that to you?
It's extremely important.
Yeah.
It's the most important thing you can have. It's like you need to understand who is for you and who is not. You can ruin your life. Because and it's like I always say to people, for example, don't just believe that those who've known the longest are the loyalists. Some of the people you've known the shortest time mean you better than the people you've known all your life. 100. Because some relationships are just born out of some relationships just have stood the test of time, but never stood the test at all. So that's one of the reasons why some people feel this weird sense of loyalty out of time. And then I always say, like, true friendship comes from how you treat me, 100. How reliable you are, and how sometimes sympathy and empathy as well. Because some people are not empathetic, and I feel like your friends should be people that you can go to, but also people that aren't afraid to tell you the truth.
Facts. You need friends who are going to hold you accountable.
Of course.
100%. Tell you when you're wrong. And then I feel like the responsibility on us is to be able to take that and receive it without, as you said before, taking something personally. Because if they're truly your people who truly want the best for you, they're only going to say it from a space of love. So therefore, we should receive it in a space of love as well.
Of course. You have to try and say it to men all the time. Your ability to remove your emotions from what you're being told can really either hinder or propel how far you go. Because it's not everything you get emotional about.
No.
For example, sometimes when you're being told something, look at the person that's telling you and say to yourself, rah, is it coming from a good place? Because sometimes you might not want to. Here's the thing: nobody wants to be told anything hurtful. Facts. So that might hurt their feelings and this and that. But sometimes you also have to look at the fact that the person telling you this, was it easy for them to get up and tell you?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Was it easy for them to say, hey, because they know they're going to hurt your feelings. But at the same time, it's like there's a long-term goal here. If I'm telling you something for your own good, then you try and look at the reason why I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
Not look at that. Remove your emotions for a minute.
Yeah.
Because you being emotional it means you're not really going to get the message.
Facts. And it's like, who was the comedian that said that? It's like, forget the tone, motherfucker. Did you get the message? Who said that? But that's effectively what we're saying, isn't it? It's not
for real.
as much as tone is important. We can't diminish the fact that tone is important when we're delivering a message.
Of course.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big Marcus Garvey fan, and I read a lot of books on Marcus Garvey. He was an outstanding orator, and one of the things he says is a great leader is that way because of the way they speak. It's not just about what you are saying, it's the way that you convey the message. And so we can't deny the importance of tone, but to your point, sometimes just take what is being said. Just take the context of the message and allow that to land. 100%. So my question to you in regards when you were saying, you know, not everyone's your friend. Not everyone's going to be loyal. Have you, as a man, ever experienced a really deep betrayal?
I couldn't say.
And how did that feel for you to be betrayed?
Do you know what it is for me personally? What I had to come to realise was, remember like what I said earlier, sometimes you believe that you have a friendship just based on how long you've known the person.
Yeah, like sunken cost fallacy.
And that is absolutely nonsense.
You just think because you paid into it, you have to stay. You don't. Doesn't matter how long you've been there, you can leave, you can get out.
Exactly. Some people are only your friends based on what you bring to their life. Some people are only your friends based on a benefit they get from you. Remove that benefit, you won't have a friendship.
You won't have a friendship.
So, and some people are only your friends based on how you make them look. So, for example, before I started like battle rapping, going viral, doing videos, going all over the place, I went through mad depression. Like ages, I didn't like myself. I didn't all of this stuff in it.
Okay.
And I realized I had certain people around me who were cool. The minute I started getting out, leaving the house, actually going out there, they just fell off. They liked me when I didn't like myself.
Yeah.
And then it's like, the reason why I started to realise that, right, is because you have to pay attention to how some people will downplay your achievements. Yeah, and sometimes you have to look at sarcasm sometimes, and not just a sarcasm, but
the truth they're
take on point what they're actually trying to say.
Yeah.
Because they always say that behind every joke there's a certain degree of truth, which is what creates irony and the reason why it makes comedy what it is. So someone will be like, oh,
funny because it's true.
You know what I'm saying? So a man will say to you, oh, I did a show in front of maybe 4,000 people. You'll say, oh yeah, how was your little show the other day? I'm like, big man, little show. You couldn't even read in front of your class. You know what I mean? You couldn't even read in class. You're telling me about a little show, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So I always say be very mindful, because you see your friends, because I'm like this. If I'm your friend and you do how well, I'm your biggest cheerleader. I'm the guy that will tell you, yo, you're big up for that. Yeah. Keep going. You will never hear me talk backwards on anything you've done. Yeah. Even if it's small. And I'm a big advocate for that.
Case in point, me. For those of you who don't know, Scoop was one of the first people to put me on a stage in a spoken word team. So this is a genuine testimony. I can actually vouch for this piece of information. So you were saying before just now that, you know, you went through a bout of depression. Again, something that a lot of men won't openly speak about, right? It's taboo for so many various reasons. Would you mind sharing a little bit on how that time was for you? What was the feelings and sensations? But more importantly, what you did to overcome and kind of shift yourself out of that space?
Do you know, when I was really going through it, I didn't know what it was. I was just living life. And then a friend of mine came to me and said, bro, you don't leave the house. You never leave your house. Yeah? He goes, you don't talk to nobody. You switch off your phone all the time. You said, I'm not going to say you're just recluse, but in just the way, you even said, even the way you carry yourself, bro. You said, I don't see you getting a haircut no more. I don't see you caring about how you look. It's like you said, something is wrong here. You said, whether or not you like it, something is wrong here. And we need to address it. You know, because you're living like a hermit. That's what you said to me, basically.
Wowzers.
You said, you're living like a hermit.
Yeah.
This is nonsense. You said, you're not coming out the house. Like, you're just,
neglecting yourself.
You're neglecting yourself. You don't want to talk to anybody. And they said, you wake up every day, do the same thing, no change of the routine.
Got you.
It was like, nah, this is nonsense. And I was like, you know what? It took a few good friends of mine. Well, I've known these guys since year 7. You know what I mean? And they came, they were like, nah, man, we got to fix this. And, you know, funny enough, I started, a lot of it I was still going through even when I was battle rapping.
Really?
I would just battle. People think, oh, he's happy, this and that. But there was a lot of things in life I just wasn't addressing.
Which a lot of people do. I feel like that's the level of masking, isn't it, would you say?
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
You know, I just wasn't addressing, and then it got to a point where it's like, you know what, I also had to look at the way I viewed life. Because I'm a very big advocate for your outlook. So having an attitude of gratitude is very important.
Paradigm shifting.
Yeah. So it's like, hold on a minute. You're upset, but there's people around the world who don't know what they're going to eat next. You're upset, but there's people around the world who don't know if their bomb's going to drop on them. You're upset, but you have an opportunity to change what's going on in your life.
Yes.
You're upset, but there's people who are sick that can't change what's going on in their life. And I was like, you know what? I'm not in a hospital bed. I'm not ill. I'm not sick. I'm feeling sorry for myself. When in actuality, I can actually change I can change all the things I don't like.
Yeah.
But they say what you don't change, you're choosing in it. So,
jeez, come on.
I was like, all right, cool. Let me start. And also understanding, I think one of the things that's been lost in society is understanding that Rome wasn't built in a day. So a lot of people, they want change.
It was a process.
Yeah. It was a process. You want change, right? But you have to understand that. Let's just say now, I'm going to gym. Cool. You're not going to get muscles or get slim tomorrow.
Facts.
Yeah? It's going to take time. You know what I mean? And it's going to take, ultimately, discipline.
Yeah.
You have to times you tell yourself no.
Absolutely.
You have to be able to tell yourself no to get certain things. If you know what your demons are, my uncle always said to me, right? He said, if you want success, you need to starve your distractions and feed. He said, starve your distractions and feed whatever drives you. He said, once you start to starve your distractions and feed what drives you, you'll see the other side of success.
Yeah.
And this is a man that saw success, and I had to understand that, he actually created a blueprint for himself. And look at him, he retired at 51?
Oh, wowzers.
I was saying, and he's living life now. So I was like, he said to me, if you're not willing to put down
work in.
Yeah, he said, forget women for a minute. Forget drinking, forget going out. If you're not willing to stop distracting yourself with nonsense to build what you want, you're not going to have a good life. You got to be willing to say no to certain things now to live the life you want to live later.
Absolutely.
I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just you saying that reminds me of a scene in, I want to say it's The Great Debaters. Have you seen The Great Debaters?
Yeah, a long time ago,
yeah. And I think what he says was, we do what we have to do in order to be able to do the things we want to do. I believe that's the quote. I think I said that right.
I think so.
Yeah, no, and 100%, I 100% hear that. So in that time then, you said that, you wasn't feeling very good. You were neglecting yourself. You were isolating. You were kind of trapped in a routine. And I heard you say that it was your boys who really banded together to create that shift in you, to create that, as you referred to, that attitude of gratitude, really create that paradigm shift. Because I think it is very easy for people to fall into those spaces, because ultimately that is what we're doing. We're focusing on what we don't have, what we can't do, what is inaccessible, as opposed to focusing on what we do have, what we can do, what is accessible. And I think it's beautiful that you were able to have that paradigm shift with your boys then effectively being that support system for you. Can you speak a little bit on the importance for you of brotherhood and why it's important for men to have other men around them to kind of like edify them through, not even necessarily only downtimes, but just in life in general?
I say it's important to have the right man around you. Okay. Right?
Can you give some insight into what a right man is?
The right man, I want to be real, I think there's some very important things as a man you need in life. Number one, people that are going to tell you the truth, whether you like it or not, because the world is hard for men as it is. Like, you don't need someone that's going to lie to you just to spare your feelings. You need people that are going to say, hey, fix up. But not just fix up, but the reason why it was very important for me, because these guys didn't just say fix up, they came and said, look, we're going to help you.
Love that.
Yeah, so my boy was like, look, we're going to go gym tomorrow.
Love it.
We're going to go out, we're going to go at your pace. Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to try and you know what I mean?
yeah.
You know, if we merge
you're not going back. Yeah, 100.
So we're going to come and we're going to help you. We're not just telling you off to make you feel away.
Literally supporting you through the,
let's do this. And I think the other thing was obviously, like they say, because I was always checking on everybody else. You know, and I believe that those people that don't check on, like, you got to check on them. Yeah. The people that act strong, the people that's like, you got to check on these people. Yeah. Because these people are giving out so much, but then they have no one to turn to. So I think brotherhood is very important in the sense of having the right brothers around you. Yes. Because even for men, right, I say even having mentors. I think one of the things, especially like, say within black culture, I think it's very important for young black boys to have mentors and older men they look up to. Yeah. Men that's going to hold them accountable and say to them, hey, you know, this is right, this is wrong. I had an uncle growing up who I had to answer to. I had to answer to if I did anything wrong. So it was one of those
serious worries.
Yeah, so it was one of those ones where my mum was like, I ain't even going to lick you. I ain't even going to hit you.
Because your uncle's going to come in and deal with it.
You need to explain to him why he's an idiot. That's your business now. Yeah? So I think having men around you that are going to hold you accountable, but also having men around you that you're not afraid to open up to.
I love it, yeah.
Because the thing about it is, right, no man is an island. Yeah? And I'm telling you, whether anyone shows you or not, believe me, a lot of men are crying behind closed doors. Or they're going through issues behind closed doors. They wake up every day and say, right, cool, now I have to put on a brave face for everyone else. And then, and with that being a cycle, it's not good for you.
It's not.
It's not good for you. And sometimes just having that place to vent or to talk to you can actually help you.
Absolutely. We were talking on a previous episode about therapy and the fact that it's kind of a taboo in general within black and brown communities, but especially for men.
Definitely.
Right? It's not really a thing that people kind of do. But more and more people are acknowledging the benefits of it and recognizing why it's helpful. And just a minute ago, lost my train of thought now. But when you were speaking about, you spoke about having the right friends around you and the types of friends who you can be vulnerable with, right? With that in mind, what does, for you personally, what does a safe space to be vulnerable feel like? Like, can you describe it? Like, what does that look like for you? If you could describe, this is what I would need in order for me to step into a space and feel okay to be vulnerable as the man that I am?
That's a very good question.
It's a very good question.
The thing about it is, right, there's a certain degree of bravery that comes with vulnerability.
100%.
There's a certain degree of bravery that comes with vulnerability, and sometimes you have to do the internal work to say, you know what, regardless of what the next man thinks, I'm just going to have to say what's going on here. So sometimes it's not about even the so-called place being
safe.
It's just,
are you brave enough?
Are you brave enough?
Oof.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you can't always depend on other people to make safe spaces for you.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you got to be your own safe space. You know, that's just what
I would argue not even sometimes, like, to interrupt you. I feel like that, for a lot of people, that's where it starts.
Of course.
Because I think what you just said takes a lot of awareness to even get to that, to be like, it doesn't even matter if you can hold me. There's a level of me that has to hold me first. To have that energy, that bravery to even be able to step out and say, okay, I'm going to unpack the layers. I'm going to unpeel. I'm going to be naked and be vulnerable in this space, regardless of how you hold me. Because I'm just okay with that.
Of course, it comes down to being, like when I go into schools and I do workshops with kids, I say to them, one of the greatest things you can have in this life is being self-aware, but also understanding that there's only one of you. So why would you want to be like everybody else? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they don't want to go against the so-called grain. So for example, if you're the guy that cries now, you're this, you're that. So what? Like, why do you care about what people think? At the end of the day, right, you're the only one that's going to live your life, you know?
Facts.
You're the only one that's going to live your life. One of the best things you can learn in life is that other people's opinions really don't mean anything and really have no bearing on your life.
At all.
For example, you're going through something right now. Say to people, the people that you're worried about don't pay your bills.
Fam.
Learning how to ignore opinion, but I think it's a big thing.
Easier said than done, though, let's be honest. Yeah, it is.
And it comes with a lot of years of experience.
100%.
And to a certain degree, it comes with a lot of years of, I don't say learning the hard way, right?
Trial and error.
But trial and error.
We'll call it trial and error.
Definitely. Definitely trial and error.
Yeah, lots of trial and error. So, you said that definitely trial and error. So I feel like there's been a lot of trial and error for you. Right? So if you were to give some advice to your younger self at any point in your life, what would be like the one key piece of advice you would give you so you wouldn't have to do the particular trial and errors as much?
I would tell myself, no matter what you start, don't give up. Stay consistent.
Okay.
Because consistency, like I always say, right, in life, motivation is a fallacy. Because you can feel motivated one day and unmotivated the next. When you have a goal or a target at hand, it's the discipline and consistency that get you there. Because sometimes you might get bored with the monotony, but you have to tell yourself this. Do you want the goal as bad as you say you do? Because you have to do the things you hate like you love it. in order to get to where you're going.
Yeah.
You can't just say, oh, you know, I'm going to do it when I'm motivated. Because you might feel motivated today and not tomorrow, but that's not going to get you to the end goal. It's the
facts.
It's the little consistencies that get you the bigger picture here.
Small wins.
Yeah, it's a small win. So you can't. I would tell my younger self, be consistent in everything you do. Be consistent in everything you do, and be disciplined. Be able. Do you know what? Do you know one of the biggest things you got to learn in life? Is give the people some game. Go free game. I had this conversation, like I said, with the same uncle as mine, and he looked at me and said, "You said one of your biggest problems. You said you're very talented, you're a very giving person, but you believe that being selfish is a bad thing." He said it's not. It's not. Yeah. You said being selfish is not a bad thing. You said you need to be able to tell people no when it doesn't, when some things don't benefit you.
Facts.
Yeah. You said because if you drain all your resources and drain yourself, what do you have left to give yourself? He also said to me, givers have to know what limit to have because takers
don't have any. Come on, talk about it. Yes.
Got to.
No, 100%. And what you said about selfishness, not being selfish. I've got a friend, big up Dwayne Nosworthy. Can I even say his name? Dwayne Nosworthy, aka Dwayne Knows He's Worthy. He always says, selfish for selfless reasons. Me first, but not me only. And then we always reference, like when you're talking about when you're on an aeroplane, they always say if there's any type of emergency, you have to look after yourself first. You have to put your own gas mask on before you can attend to anybody else. So when people have that idea that being selfish is this really bad and egotistical thing, don't get me wrong, it can be, obviously depending on context, but there are lots of situations where tending to self is not only a good thing, for the most part, it's necessary. We have to pour into self first and give everyone else from the overflow.
Yeah. Self-preservation is human.
Facts.
It's a human trait.
Yeah.
Self-preserve.
Scoop. You are a ex-battle rapper, still battle rapper?
No, retired.
He said retired. Do you feel, zero obligation, do you feel like you've got anything that you want to kind of share with the people in terms of spoken word today?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah? You got 3 minutes.
I say anybody that's going through it right now, I just pray that things get better. You see, a lot of us don't recognise our privilege because we've never been put under pressure. You'll see a man eating out of a bin and somehow view him as lesser. But the same man eating out of a bin simply reminds me that one man's trash is another man's treasure. And that's why I don't let up. Every day above ground is a blessing. I thank God every time that I get up. Every time that you lose is a lesson. You shouldn't feel like you're being set up. But it's like that dance film. Understand there's no happy endings if you're not willing to step up. And that there is the truth. Understand I'm far from a hater. A lot of us want everything on a plate, but you can't treat God like a waiter. See, I was out here putting faith in man when I should have put faith in my saviour. But the truth is, when you're surrounded by animals, you revert back to human nature. See, I'm from the place where best friends turn into traitors. And just like a printer, they'll pull out a tray for that paper, you see. Let me get straight to the point because there's a few things that I can't hide. You see, growing up, I was known as a joker. But if the Joker has shown you anything, is that every clown has a dark side. You see, when you're mentally down and you're going through all of those hard times, people want to find out if you're okay. You say yes, but you know that you aren't fine because depression is crazy. I'm thinking, how did I get here? You see, when it came to drinking, I was like Will Smith. I would leave Fresh Prince on the Bel Air because I thought that I never mattered. And trust me, you hit the nail on the head if you clock that I love getting hammered. You see, as people, we don't ever look for advice. No, we just look for advice, and as a result, we end up balling. Because when you're balling, you don't really care for the price. But that's what it's like as a man when you don't have a plan. What do you know about losing the plot? And you're not even fighting for land. You see, my whole life was a sham. Because I was on track but still didn't road. As if I was driving a tram. And yeah, I'll leave it there.
Damn. Yo, everyone, give it up a big scoop. We love that. Yeah, dropping little gems, not even little big. I'm not trying to take away from your thing like we spoke about before. Thank you so much for coming through and dropping that.
You're welcome.
Unfortunately, that does bring us very close to the end of this episode of Mentality with Big Scoop. But before we go, Scoop, everybody who comes onto Mentality has to go through the quick fire round. Are you ready for this? I'm going to give you a very brief prompt. You're going to quick fire it. Yeah? Super duper quickly. Masculinity is...
integrity.
As a man, I want people to know that...
it's okay to cry.
Love for me as a man is...
Be respectful.
I think that's all my quick fire round for right now. Thank you very much. Right, before we let you go, Big Scoop, because we appreciate you, because men deserve to be seen, heard, loved on, and all of the good things. Men deserve flowers too, not only literally, not only figuratively, but literally. Yeah? So, assistant, we'd like to, on behalf of Mentality, offer you a cute little bunch of flowers, Big Scoop.
I feel pretty.
He said, I feel pretty.
I feel pretty.
Men deserve flowers too. Again, thank you for coming through for Mentality, having a conversation with us, Scoop. And guys, that has been the end of Mentality for this episode. I am the Civilized Savage, and we will see you back very shortly. Take care.